Hello and welcome to the Math Lab. And I'll be showing you how to develop the formula for the area of a circle using craftwork. Pizzas and parathas, irresistible. But the size surely matters. Well, the problem of determining the area of a circle was once considered a great mathematical challenge. So let's figure out a simple way of finding the area of a circle. But before that, let's get back to the basics. We know that the distance around a circle is called its circumference. The distance across the circle through its center is called its diameter. The radius of a circle is the distance from the center of the circle to the circumference. We use the Greek letter pi to represent the ratio of the circumference of the circle to the diameter. Pi is equal to circumference by diameter, and circumference is equal to pi times diameter. We also know that the area of a rectangle is given by the formula area is equal to length into breadth. Now, knowing these formulae, we can develop the formula for the area of a circle. What we're going to do is break up a circle into little pieces and then reassemble the pieces into a shape that we know the area formula for, the rectangle. Maybe you're wondering, how on earth can you rearrange the pieces of a circle to make a rectangle? Well, just watch. It's easy. We'll start with the circle that we want to break up. Now, split the circle into quarters. Here are the pieces. Let's now reassemble them to try to make a rectangle. Not exactly a rectangle, is it? But we're not yet done. Let's break the circle into 8 equal pieces instead. Here are the pieces. Let's now rearrange them into a shape of a rectangle. This is certainly starting to look like a rectangle, but we're still not yet done. The next step is to go back and try splitting the circle into 16 equal parts. We've already done that, and here are the pieces. This time, when we try to put them together, they're much closer to looking like a rectangle. The goal is to make a shape that is as close to a rectangle as possible so that we can find its area using the rectangle formula A is equal to length times breadth. But this shape does not have straight sides, so the formula wouldn't be very accurate. You can see that the top and the bottom are still not perfectly straight. They're definitely a little bumpy. Can you visualize what would happen if we kept going? If we continue to break the circle up into tinier and tinier pieces? Eventually, the bumps would become so small that we couldn't see them, and the top and the bottom of the shape would appear perfectly straight. This is what we would see, a perfect rectangle. Now, all we have to do is find its area using the formula area is equal to length times breadth. The next question is, what are the length and the breadth of our rectangle made from circle parts? Let's go back and see the earlier circle parts more clearly. The original circle's outside length was the distance around, or the circumference of the circle. Half of this distance around, pi r, goes on the top of the rectangle, and the other half of the circle, also length pi r, goes on the bottom. In other words, all of these pieces add up to 2 pi r, the circumference. The sides are just the radius of each of the pieces, or the radius of the circle, r. So we know the length is pi r and the breadth is r. Now We can find the area of the shape using the rectangle formula. Area is equal to length times breadth equals pi r into r equals pi r square. And there we have the formula for the area of the circle we started with.